today we're going to be making a boxwood wreath. I love these. They are so cute. I'm sure you've seen them in the store. And so I just got a whole bunch of these little box leaves. And we're going to put them on a styrofoam base. So this will be fun. So let's get started. Okay, so I have a 12-inch little styrofoam base. Okay, so we have a 12-inch styrofoam round circle. Now this one isn't completely round. It has kind of squared off. This is a little bit better if you're going to be doing something like this. So I have my electric skillet back here. I just have regular glue in it, hot glue. And you can also use a glue pot, and you can also use a crock pot. So it does not need to be fancy. All I'm going to do is cut these off. I don't want them to be real long because I'm just going to stick them right down in there. And I don't want it to be real long because, for one thing, they will start running into each other. And then it will get more difficult to get them down. So I will save these parts because I will most likely end up using them later. So what I wanted to show you is what I'll do is I take this, I'll run it in my glue like this, and I'm going to put it pretty close to the edge and just place it down just like that. Okay, so same thing, I'm going to go right next to it and place this one down. See, now they'll start growing together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one in front. And so I'm kind of creating a triangle. And I have found when you're doing wreaths like this works really well. So I just go in my glue, go to the back, pretty close to the last one, push it down again, right next to that one, push it down, okay, and then in front. So I'll go right in front like this, you see? Now what I'll do is get the whole top done, and then once I get the top done, I'll start doing the sides. So I will go ahead and cut some more off. Now I only have an inch or so, maybe 2 inches on here, as you can see. And I will put it in my glue, push it down towards the back. So I'm putting them in about right here along the edge, and then right here in the front. Alright. Doesn't really matter which direction you go in. Just push them down. Okay. And then put one in front. You see how that kind of, it really does work really well. So to me, it's the 3-2 punch. Haha. Okay. So 2 in the back, 1 in the front. That's the 3. So you want 2 in the back, 1 in the front. You just keep doing the same thing. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And it's because, of course, the outer part has a lot more area than the inner part. So you could do it several ways. You could go all the way around doing the the ones in the back and then come back and do the front. But for me, I found that it just really kind of works out a lot better if you just stay within that 2-1 pattern. So I won't make you watch me do all this, but I want to do it one more time. And then I will go and finish the top. And then when I come back, we'll work on the sides. Okay? So, just get my glue. Put it down. Pretty close to the last one. Same thing. Okay. And one in front. Alright. See, isn't that cute? Now anytime I have little strings or anything like this, I just drop it right back in my glue. Works great. Okay, so I'll keep doing this and then I'll be back shortly. Okay, so I've gotten everything around on the top. So, and you see that 3-2 pattern works really well. See how nice and full that is? So now I'm just going to do it on the side. And I'm just going to do the same thing. So I just cut them. What are they? About 1 inch. And I'll just run it in my glue. There. And I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to go one there. And so this is the same kind of surface, it's just on the side. One there, and then one in the middle. Okay, so like that. See that? So I'll just keep going along, doing the same thing. And of course, as it fills in, it will start to fill out more. There we go. So about 1 inch apart, like we did on the top. Whoop. Okay. And it will start to fill in. Now you can, after you get this done, because I'm going to go and start working on this, we will see there might be some places where I'll have to add a little bit extra in. And as far as the inside goes, it's really a personal preference. You can put some on the inside or you can just leave it blank. Now for the back, what I like to do is put the hanger on, and then I will put a nice piece of thick felt around it to cover this and to protect it. So a lot of times when you get these from stores, they leave this blank, and I kind of just don't like that. So I'm going to keep doing this, doing the 3-2 pattern, or the 2-1 pattern, the triangle. Okay, so and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like when I get it all done. Now, you know, there's a lot of other ones that you can do with this same pattern. So there is, I just thought I'd show you. So you can do lavender like this. Now the lavender usually comes on these really big, so you just have to cut it. Like this would be 2 different pieces. Or push it up, and that will be 1 big piece. So the lavender, it looks like it's spaced out, but it really ends up being about the same. And it's really pretty. It comes out really pretty with that purple. So I will keep working on this, and then when I come back, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I've gotten the sides in so you can see. So now what you want to do is make sure you spread them all out, and then you can see where you have gaps. So see, in here we're pretty good. We got a little gap here. So you just want to take some extra ones and just fill in wherever you have a gap. So, right there. Let's see. Yeah, we have a gap here. So you're always going to have some gaps. So you'll make sure you have a little bit extra so that you can fill in your gaps. I used about 20 bundles of these. Okay. So I'm just going to go through and fill in any gaps I see, and then when I get back we'll work on the hanger. So see, this is what it looks like. See, isn't that cute? I like this. It's just a very natural looking wreath that you can put on your door. So I will be back shortly. Okay, I have gotten it completed. And if you have little strings from the glue, what you can do is take a hairdryer and just kind of run it lightly over it, and you'll be able to pull the strings off easily. Now, I like mine to hang without having to have something tied around it like a bow, because you can actually use it in your house and use it as like a centerpiece if you wanted to write out the word home. So what I do is I take some antique wire. This is just wire, thick wire that has been covered in a nice little like brown wrapping, and I'll take this and I'll stick it in my glue. I want to get it good and gluey. Then I'm going to put it on my base, and then I'm going to take some of these little floral pins and I'm going to stick them down over it. Now I'm giving that glue a second to glue because I really don't want to glue my finger. That would not be fun. Now if you have any trouble with the pins, you can shorten them, because remember, you've stuck a lot of things through here. So if you have any resistance, you can just trim it down. I do use several. So let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'll put one more just for good measure. There we go. See, now you can hang it just like this. You're not going to see the hanger because it's going to be in the back. And what I will do to make sure this isn't going to come out is I will take some thick felt, and I will just cut out the shape of this, and I just glue it on right on top of this. And what that does is, for one thing, it helps support this. Now this really isn't going to come out with all of those pins in there, but I think it just kind of gives it a more finished look. I just really like how it looks. And what you can do is just get a pen or a pencil or something like that. And see, I can feel where it is. Now, you can also do this before you do your wreath, which is even smarter. So, This is all you do. Just go around it like that. Okay. And I'll cut it a little bit wider just to make sure I have it wide enough. Okay. I do like to take the middle off because I don't. Okay, so once I'm sure I have the right size, then I'm going to cut off the inside as well. I do definitely want to do the center because I do not want to have it covering up the center. I want you to be able to see through it, especially if I'm going to use it inside on a wall. But in case this is hung on a door, it's just a little bit nicer to have it covered up. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. Mine are never quite perfect. And that's okay. I mean, all you're really doing is giving it a more finished look. So that's all I do. I just kind of there we go. See how much nicer that looks? Now you of course could get green. And what I will do is I will take one of my stems that's left over and I will take that and I will spread it out here, or you can put it on the felt. Either way works fine. Okay. But you want to get a good amount so that you're going to make sure it's going to stick. And of course the main part you want to stick is up here. So now you can also use a glue gun for this part, and that's often what I do. Just whip out my glue gun and run a big thing of glue around here, and it's a great way to do it because you can glue it as you go so that the glue won't get hard before you're done. So I'll get my glue gun going so I can show you that. And the main part I want to get is right here where that is, and it will just help hold it in place even better. So that's what this looks like. This is a really simple project. It does take a little time, but the outcome is really so pretty. I love the farmhouse style on a lot of things. So I hope you enjoyed this, and it'll give you an idea of something you can do for your own home. And I will have more to come soon. So make sure to give it a like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye-bye.